Hello YouTubers, this is Cessnaace back again with another video. I know I just did one yesterday, but I have to do another one. In the video that I did yesterday, I made mention of the fact that I was awaiting the delivery of a box of more LaserDiscs. And in fact, that box was delivered while that video was being uploaded. It was about half done. I have since gone to the LaserDisc database and entered in those titles into my collection there. I'm going to stick a link to the LaserDisc database down there, either to the LaserDisc database homepage or to my collection page. Either way will work. If I make it the homepage, all you do is a member search for Cessnaace. It's spelled the same way as it is here. If you enter in your collection at the LaserDisc database, which I highly recommend, then you could either have your collection viewable to only you or to anybody. And I have mine set up so it's viewable to anybody. Now before I get to the LaserDisc, I am going to do the DVDs. Now this first one, those of you who have been watching my channel might have already seen me hold up a copy of this because I already own a copy of this. And you might be thinking, well, why'd you buy a second copy? And the reason is quite simply, my kids love this movie and they play it all the time, and the disc is getting a little scratched up and the case is getting a little beat up. And I wanted my own copy because I really like this movie too. And in fact, whenever it shows up on Stars, which is frequently, I watch it. So I have seen this film maybe 10-15 times over the past 30 days. I really like it. It's a Tim Burton film starring Johnny Depp, no surprise. Alice in Wonderland. This is not a remake of the original, but a sequel, as Alice returns to, well, she calls it Wonderland. She's much older. In fact, she's engaged to be married. Also in the cast is another Tim Burton favorite, Helena Bonham Carter as the Red Queen. She, of course, was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Sweeney Todd, and I'm sure other things too that aren't popping into my head right now. And Alan Rickman does the voice of the Cheshire Cat. Alan Rickman, of course, plays Professor Snape in the Harry Potter films, and Helena Bonham Carter plays Bellatrix Lestrange in the Harry Potter films. And Alan Rickman was also in, if I remember correctly, Sweeney Todd. Alice in Wonderland. Really like that film. I've already said that, so I'm being redundant and or repetitive. Okay, this is volume 1 of Baby Looney Tunes. Lola Bunny. This film, when it was first released, got a lot of flack as being too violent. But quite frankly, I can't really see how you could do justice to telling this true story without it being violent. Bonnie and Clyde. Of course, Disney, not Disney, Warner Brothers is still using these snapper cases on some of their budget titles. Which a lot of people I know don't like these, but anyway, classic film. Now, one of the genres that has been making a comeback, and there have been a couple that were pretty much had died off, and now they're coming back. And one of them is musicals, but the other is westerns. After John Wayne died, the production on westerns shot way down. There weren't that many being made. But fortunately, that is no longer the case. There are more and more being made all the time. This is Comanche Moon. It is part of the Lonesome Dove saga. Val Kilmer. Okay. And it says it has a behind the scenes of Comanche Moon. Usually what that entails is a little 10 or 15 minute featurette thing. But on the box set, or I should say special 2-disc set on DVD of the 1954 version of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, you know, the Disney film, on the back it says there is a making of featurette documentary. But that thing runs over an hour and a half long. Yeah, it's really good. It's very, very informative. Okay, I used to have this on one of the sides of a CED video disc that I used to have. And I love the music in this. This is a Jim Henson production. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. When I saw it at that low price, I just had to get it. The CED, by the way, that this was on, the other side was the Muppet Musicians of Bremen, if I remember correctly. Fantasy and Action, 6 movie pack. The movies are The Beastmaster, Dragon Quest, Merlin and the War of the Dragons, Beowulf, Midnight Chronicles, and Warriors of Virtue, The Return to Tao. Now, as I was going through this in the discount bin at Winn-Dixie, which is a local grocery store chain, looking at the back and reading the descriptions on the description on the back, and that sounds like a really interesting film. So I'm going to have to watch it fairly soon. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Okay, Halloween 2. This picks up right where the first film left off, and also features Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Pleasance continuing on in their roles that they played in the first film. Produced by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. Fortunately, I think she is no longer with us. A lot of people dump on this movie. I like the music, which was co-written by John Carpenter. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. In fact, I would say the music is the best part of this film. And it was produced by Deborah Hill and John Carpenter. They reversed positions there. Okay, Journey to Promethea. Classic film. Says special edition. Mad Max. Now, one of the main reasons that this film got made was that the people behind the production of it saw an American film with just some awesome car racing mayhem in it from the mid-70s called Death Race 2000 from Roger Corman. And they said, we could do that better. And the result is Mad Max. I'm on time. Getting low. Better hurry. This is The Ministers. classic film with a twist ending that they always give away on the cover art. Every copy of this I've ever bought, VHS, CED, LaserDisc, DVD, it doesn't matter. They always give away the twist ending on the cover. So I guess I'm going to give it away too. And on the back, couldn't leave well enough alone. Of course, that image was parodied in the Mel Brooks film Spaceballs. The gorillas ride up, riding their horses, and see these humans coming out of the nose of the, well, transformer. Oh well, there goes the planet. This is from Disney, but it was produced by like a dozen companies. Ponyo. At least reading it on the back. It's from Studio Chibili, Nippon Television Network, Dentsu, Hakukodo Demp, Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment, Mitsubishi, Toho, Pixar Animation Studios, and Kennedy Marshall. Took a lot to make this, apparently. From the History Channel, Potions are Poisons, Sabrina, the animated series, Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire, Scooby-Doo and the Monster of Mexico. This is a double feature. Secret of Nim, which I have on LaserDisc, and The Secret of Nim, Timmy to the Rescue. The Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper, Volume 2. And finally, for the DVDs, The Uninvited. Okay. Make some room here. All of the LaserDiscs that I received came in these really thick outer sleeve protectors, and I may have to switch to them for the rest of my collection. I just recently took delivery of 200 of the style I've been using. There you go. But really thick. This is a film that I have already seen on LaserDisc. I have never owned a copy of it, but I rented a copy of it way back when. Moon 44. This is from Roland Emmerich. And according to the LaserDisc database, made by Technodisc, but no reported cases of defects with its title. Okay, now when you go to my collection, you might see that there are titles that seems I have two copies of the same release, which is not the case, because some companies use the same reference number for multiple reissues. But if you click on the hyperlink for the catalog reference number, it'll take you to the correct copy. I already have this on the CBS Fox label. This is on the magnetic video label. The Omen. And finally, the only X-rated movie that I have from Paramount Home Video. Emmanuel, The Joys of a Woman. So until next time, stay awesome.